Friends, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the Curvy E Chronicles. My name's Courtney and I'm so glad you found your way to my little corner of the internet. Friends, it is time for our Q3 debt update, so let's dive into it. Alright friends, this one's probably going to be a quick little video. We are doing our 2024 Q3 debt update, so let's dive in. You will have seen my monthly budget with me and one of our weekly budgets with me for the month of October before you see this. So you know that this is going to be a big difference come Q4, which we're very excited about. But anyway, we're just going to jump right in. So our STCU card at the end of September, so end of Q3, was sitting at a balance of $5,000. So this one is a 0% balance transfer that we did last year, probably this time last year, and it was good through March of 2025. Now, when I was working through some numbers and figuring some things out, this was our next smallest debt since we've paid off our camper last quarter. And I did some maneuvering in our budget for the month of October because it is our magic month. And the month of October, this should be paid. Now, why am I paying that versus putting it towards something else? Mentally, I need to free that up so that it's just not there. The other thing is I've really taken a hard look at some of our other stuff. And we're gonna hopefully be able to make some big dents in the next 2 months now that that is gone and being able to put things elsewhere. The other thing is we're also have long-term savings that for the whole month of October that I'm totally avoiding to pay this off, and I do need to put funds into those for the last 2 months of the year kind of thing. So just know that there's some things that are going to happen. You'll see in Q4 how that's going to work out. Anyway, but yeah, so we are at 5,000. That one's going to disappear before the end of the year. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm just pumped about that. I could put it elsewhere, but honestly, this makes the most difference because it is our smallest, and it's going to, in 1 month, literally disappear, which none of the rest of our debts would be possible to do that. So that is why. Moving on. So our other credit card, the only other credit card we have is our Costco City card, which is one that we do still use here and there, but we are paying off what we're using. I know, okay, I'm going to preface this for anyone that's new or your first time finding my video on this Q3 debt update. I worked in banking and finance, consumer lending, so credit cards, auto loans. I used to do all of that for well over 6 years. So I'm very well aware of interest rates and interest charge and all of those things and continuing to use things. At the time being, we have continued to use this. I did not realize to the extent of what my husband was using it. Sometimes we both fall into these ruts and we lose our communication. And this has gone up from our last quarter update. And the reason for that is we have not been communicating and been on the same page. So, I think that's one of the big things when it comes to your finances especially if you're doing it with a spouse. We are a single income household, so we try to talk as much as we can, but life gets busy when you have two tiny humans. We have 2 kids and they keep us busy and just life, and we've had a lot of life going on. Our communication has lacked. Therefore, this has gone up. Also, add in interest and all that good stuff. So, we know that this is a problem. We are working on it. This is our highest debt at the moment and will probably be one of the last ones that we do tackle. But, as far as, making laser focus on it. It's hard for me to explain, and you might not understand it, but again, this is my debt adventure, not yours. You're just here so that you know you're not alone in where your debt is sitting. It's okay? So I appreciate when people want to give advice, but I will tell you, with my experience in this world and the budgeting that I've done, I don't need any advice on how to change my habits. I know they're my habits to break. Anyway, all right, moving on. So our city card is our love-hate relationship. I love Costco, and it's one of those we're working on it. We're working on it. Okay, so that brings us to my husband's pickup. So our truck loan, we owe $7,148.17 left on that one. Once we get the STCU card paid off, we are going to eventually start focusing on this. Let me get all of this out of the way, and then I'll tell you what my plan is. Okay, and then my car has $12,944.10. I will say we are in we have equity in both of these vehicles, so there's no reason for us to sell either one of them. Where we live rurally, we both need vehicles. It's just how it works out. Okay, so let's add this up, see if we've paid off more. We should have paid off a pretty decent amount. Not as much as last time, but definitely some. And then I'm going to go into what our plan is going to be. So give me just a second. All right, friends. So we made a dent of $1,500, almost $1,600. Not my best quarter, but still we made it. We made a dent, which is great. Now that said, our plan. So if you watched any of my budget with me's, which my playlist is obviously linked through down or at the end of this and down below, we are working viciously to get this paid off in the month of October. So once this is paid off, we then are going to take the last 2 months of the year to finalize all of our long-term savings accounts. So I have goals to finish funding my Christmas account. We have to save for our propane that heats our home. My daughter's preschool, we're saving for that ahead of time instead of adding it as a monthly bill. And then also there are a couple things I want to get more into, but we'll see if we are able to make that happen as far as like building our emergency fund up and also our car maintenance account. Now, that said, with the extra from this being no longer a debt, we're going to dump that towards our city card for the remaining 2 months of the year. Along with that, we also have to save for my husband to have 2 weeks off at Christmas. He doesn't get paid time off, and he doesn't get paid holidays. He is a union electrician, and that's just not part of their contract, which sucks. But so for one of those months, whether it be November or December, I haven't decided yet, we will be putting money aside into like a PTO fund, just to cover those 2 weeks while he's gone. And then once we get into 2025, we're going to start hammering away at this. I'd love to get his truck paid off if we can get everything how I want by the end of the year. I think we'll probably be down closer to $6,000 and take 6 weeks and pay this off at $1,000 a week. Again, life changes very drastically in time frames like that, so we're going to see how that works out. That is what I'd love to do. And then from there, my other hope is that there might be another 0% transfer offer with our STCU card, and then we can pay this off and start being more diligent about not overspending. That has been a constant struggle in life, and right now, y'all know life is difficult to not overspend, even on just like the minor things like groceries. We have really cut back in a lot of areas. We work really hard to stay within our budget and not go over, but it still is difficult in this economy. So we are working hard. We're doing the best we can. And essentially that's kind of what our hope is. So my ultimate goal is to see, I would love to only have our city card left to pay, whether that be balance transferred to our STCU card or whether that be left on this, and potentially have my car paid off. The sky's the limit. We've got lots going on. And then we also do have a debt that we are paying to my mom. I will preface by saying that is something I'm not going to disclose just because that's a deal we made with my mom. It is something that is on our list to pay off. I don't know whether we are going to do that. It'll definitely be after the truck, but before my car. And I will say, I know I've had a couple comments about how we should be doing everything we can to pay them back first. Here's the deal. My mom is fully aware of the situation. She offered us the money without any, we do have a deal right now where I'm paying her $200 a month, but she gave me the money knowing she wasn't going to get it back right away because she knows what we're doing. She knows what our financial situation is. She knows that we are trying to pay off our interest-bearing debt first so that we can then have that, because she's not charging us interest. My mom is a saint. She's an amazing human being. She would not have given us the money if we did not, if she needed it back right away. She is a saint of a human being. She is amazing. And she fully told me that she did not expect us to pay it back in an immediate time frame. It is still on our radar. It is still something we're going to pay off, but she's also very supportive of us paying off our interest-bearing debt first and then paying her back. She knows that we will, if push came to shove, we could pay her, more, and we'll get to that point. But just understand that is, we have a deal worked out, and that's not why it's not listed on here. She helped us buy a commuter car for my husband. I will tell you, we were not planning on buying the car. I completely looked past it. We were going to avoid it, and she says, no, because we were already borrowing a car that she'd had that just been sitting at their place, and she needed that for my dad, so she says, here, I'm going to give you this cash, go purchase this car. It was from a family friend. Pay me when you can, and that's what we were doing. So just know that, yes, there is additional debt to this. It is none of anybody's business, but we are working on paying that. So, friends, that is our Q3 debt update. I'm really proud of us. We are working hard. Q3 was a little rough just because we had vacation, we had anniversary, we had a lot going on, and just a lot of family things. So our communication sucked, and we just didn't get to as much of a goal as we wanted to. But Q4, we're going to hit it hard. We're going to get things done, and I'm really proud of us. So just remember, everybody's debt adventure. I don't call it a journey. It's an adventure, because sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's all the way around. But we are on our own debt adventure. You are on your own debt adventure. I share this so that you know that you are not alone and that you can make strides. All right, my little humans are protesting. So again, this is our adventure. You're on yours. I'm sharing this so that you know you're not alone. We can get through this. You can work hard. So, sometimes being on a single income is difficult, but you got to make do with what you can. And there will come a time where I'll be able to go back to work and we'll be able to hit things harder, or who knows, maybe we'll finish it before I'm able to go back to work when the kids are in school, and then from there we'll start saving for building our dream home. So anyway, friends, that is all she wrote for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this debt update. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out, hit that subscribe button. And friends, until next time, remember to spread kindness like glitter. Bye, y'all.